matches. Okay? And remember which is our main event. So in other words, wherever you are, whatever your traditions you're celebrating today, if you're not celebrating anything, Hulk Hogan, belly-to-belly suplexed, an old-fashioned slobber knocker, as the great Jim Ross would say, to the Hulkster, and the ever so famous, of course, representing the teams. Let's take a cheat where he's in. As for DX, of course, you have XPac joining Triple H, the captain, leader, if you would. And, of course, always accompanied by the Road Dogg, Jesse James, and the that they make up D-Generation X. So now we flip on the other side and we look at the NWO, which is, of course, led by the Hollywood Hulk Hogan, which led to the biggest heel turn in wrestling history. Hulkamaniacs, by joining Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, the Outsiders, in forming the NWO. And then, of course, the Macho Man, Randy Savage, would also join the NWO, and hence there he is. So in case you were wondering, Triple H sends a Macho Man to the corner. And Triple H unloading on Savage. It has so far been all the game so far. And by that I mean Triple H, by the way, in case you didn't know. If you don't know. Oh my! There is a spine buster, folks. We saw one of those earlier by Arn Anderson, who made it famous, who coined the phrase, the AA spine buster, which is what Triple H calls his spine buster, in homage to the great Arn Anderson. In case you guys were ever wondering, whatever happened to guys like Arn Anderson, or Road Dogg, or Billy Gunn? Well, it's simple. Road Dogg helps out Triple H and Shawn Michaels in NXT. Billy Gunn is helping out the young guys over in AEW, and X-Pac is, well, doing X-Pac things. Uh-oh, front face locked by the game. And a nice standing vertical delayed suplex as his good friends Kevin Nash and Scott Hall look on. Of course, they will probably be very interesting to see if Scott Hall or Kevin Nash get in there with Triple H, as they are good friends, as long time Click members. As the game kicks the Macho Man to the gut. There is the pedigree, and right in front of Kevin Nash. And oddly enough, Kevin Nash didn't do very much to interact there, but not really surprising. Uh-oh, front face locked by the game again. And, oh, the Macho Man puts up a knee and a drop toe hold by the guy who made flying through the air look like it was simple, by dropping that elbow and ending all of what was bad. So the Macho Man, the Macho Man going to the high rent district, and there's the elbow we just spoke of. On the heart. And the Macho Man has battled back into this thing. Oh, wait a minute. Triple H says, I don't think so. And now face first into the top turnbuckle. And some right hands to join. And still, the game is still in there. Firing off this crowd. The Macho Man needs to make a tag to one of his teammates. Hall's right there, but Savage can't quite get there. Oh, wait a minute, swinging neck breaker time. Wonderfully done by Macho Man. Now is his time to make a tag, and wisely does, to the bad guy himself, Scott Hall. The original outsider. Here to do another awesome survey. Are you guys here to see WCW, WWE? Or are you here to see Dream Masters? Or are you here to see the NWO? As DX, as Triple H now stalks around. Now, we're going to see XPac in the ring for the first time, folks. This ought to be very interesting, as these guys are also really good friends. But then again, also a bit of rivals also. Who will ever forget that big baby match they had way back in the early days of Monday Night Raw? And what is a big baby match, you ask, folks? It's a match you won't see on Dream Masters, I'll tell you. That is a big baby match. And by the way, in case you didn't know, Scott Hall ended up winning that under the name Razor Ramon by defeating XPac, who at that time was going by the 1-2-3 Kid. And now you have been intubated. And now the Road Dogg, Jesse James, is going to get in the ring for the first time in this match against his good friend Scott Hall. And up on the rack he goes in a backbreaker. I don't think I've ever seen Road Dogg have such strength before. Wonderfully done by the Road Dogg, Jesse James, the man behind the voice of one of the greatest country songs ever, In It With My Baby Tonight, singing for the great Jeff Jarrett. And Scott Hall needs to make a tag now, but Road Dogg, being the constant tag team professional that he is not going to allow such a thing. Scott Hall is going to take him down with a clothesline, though. Very slow one. And now the Road Dogg is having issues. Road Dogg, one of the youngest members of the legendary Armstrong family, for those who don't know. I myself was a big fan of his brother, his brother, the Candyman, Brad Armstrong, just because when he came to the ring, he used to throw candy out to the audience, and it was a great way to get free candy. And now in comes Hogan. This is not going to be good for... This will be interesting for Road Dogg. Then again, in that last match, we saw Orange Cassidy defeat Shawn Michaels, so anything can happen on Dream Masters, including Road Dogg defeating the legendary Hulk Hogan, I suppose. And there's the Road Dogg taking down the Hulkster. He's got to watch out for that finger poke of doom. And Road Dogg throws Hogan through the referee, knocking him to the mat. You know, you'd think the referees would know him by now not to get in the way of the wrestlers. They're bigger than him anyway. And now Hogan tried to the legendary Tree of Woe, in which the Road Dogg is going to bury his foot into the chest. So far, no one has been eliminated as of yet. All members are still here. Oh, there's a sleeper hold by Road Dogg. How about that? Can he put Hogan to sleep? I'm going to guess we're probably going to see that finger in the air, probably. And then that... Oh, there's a chin breaker by Hogan. Road Dogg in his own corner. Probably would be a good idea to make a tag. As Road Dogg, with some kicks and a clothesline, takes Hogan to the outside. And remember, folks, pinfall submissions count anywhere in the building. XPac tagged in and now goes out after Hogan. And now Hogan sent into the apron and in the back of the elbow by XPac. Probably another one of those early innovators of aerial maneuvers. And again into the apron. And now into the stairs. Hogan's having a rough time with XPac right now, folks. What a feather in the cap it would be for XPac to say he defeated... There's the low blow by XPac. You're kidding. And the referee ever so slowly runs as he makes the cover. And there you go, folks. So in one night, one morning, you've seen Orange Cassidy defeat Shawn Michaels. And now XPac defeats the legendary Hulk Hogan. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Dream Masters Classics. as the Macho Man is in the ring now, and Macho Madness is being wreaked havoc upon XPac. And thus far, DX is strong. No one from DX has been eliminated as of yet. Oh, Macho Man, I don't know what was up with that, but misses everything. Uh-oh. And there's a pile driver by XPac. You don't see that often. And XPac telling his fellow friends and Macho Man what he thinks of them and what he likes to do in his spare time. As XPac now helping up the legendary Macho Man, one of the founding people of the NWO. Now Savage dumped to the outside by XPac. And there's the X Factor for the Macho Man, and there's the cover by XPac. And the Macho Man is going to head back to the locker room, and now you got DX. Well, you got the Click versus the Outsiders. You got the Click. It's a Click war now. As now XPac goes after Scott Hall now. And the numbers game is not good. And there's the roll up. Referee taking his time getting there. And if I was the Outsiders, I'd be very upset with the referee right now, because that could have been a... Actually, that was DX, I should say. So actually, if it wasn't for the referee, who... If this was WWE, he probably would have been fired, because Triple H would have had him fired for not being quicker. Uh-oh. Scott Hall going after X-Pac. X-Pac with a dragon leg screw on the outside. Known back in the NWO days, Kevin Nash as of yet. But the numbers game tells me that eventually it will come down to Kevin Nash, as he is yet to make an appearance in the ring legally. And DX is looking pretty good. We're yet to see Billy Gunn in the ring as well of DX. And X-Pac using those aerial maneuvers to get around. And now hurls Scott Hall the opposite direction. And showing his allegiance to DX as always. And now sent into the stairs is Scott Hall. Rolls him up. Scott Hall will kick out, and now he's going to go after Sean Waltman, a.k.a. X-Pac, a.k.a. 122 King, a.k.a. Lightning Kid, a.k.a. 7. And he kicks up there now. Or 6, as they've been told. 6, 7, 8. It doesn't matter. By the way, I was told, folks, by our moderating team that it was actually 6, not 7. But then again, when it's X-Pac, he can't count that high anyway. So, and there is the end, and now it is down to. Well, there's the call I made that it was going to come down to Kevin Nash eventually, as him and X-Pac are deciding if they want to go in or out of the ring. And now Kevin Nash is going to be the one that's going to take X-Pac with some knees into the corner. And Big Sexy is going to try to do something to rally against the entire DX army, as no one has been eliminated on their side yet. And we are yet to see Billy Gunn, a.k.a. Mr. Ass, a.k.a. one half of the Smoking Guns, in the ring yet. Oh, a Rockabilly, if you remember that one. That was another one. Who will ever forget Rockabilly? As X-Pac is now thrown to the outside, which is smart strategy by Kevin Nash to isolate the DX member on the opposite side as far away from the other DX members as possible. That is a very smart strategy. He's been in the real business a long time, folks. He knows how to get it done. As XPac tries to drop toe hold, that gets to no avail by the 7-footer. Kick to the gut, clubbing blow across the back. Both Billy Gunn and Triple H know what's coming next, and they know he needs to get out of the ring, get out of there now, and make a tag. As XPac with an elbow does very little to the big man. And now dumped over the top rope is Kevin Nash. And I'd like to point out that XPac is actually the one who eliminated both Scott Hall and Hulk Hogan. So he can add that to a feather in his cap somewhere. As it is down to his good friend Kevin Nash, who was introduced to the post as a sign of disrespect. And a right hand, but Kevin Nash still on his feet. But that spinning wheel kick was going to take him down. And that's going to be a 2 count only. Not enough to hold the big man. And now it is XPac who's thrown into the ring post. And now Kevin Nash, just face smashes him into the mat, into the arena's floor with his very little padding, let me tell you, folks. And now XPac firing back against Kevin Nash. Both guys busted open. XPac throws Kevin Nash back into the ring. One time Diesel, one time Oz, one time Big Daddy V. I'm sorry, Big Vinny Vegas. And now XPac throws him to the corner, and Kevin Nash is going to hurl him into the corner. Referee's down for the 2nd time in this match because he is an absolute klutz. Oh, and there's an enziguri by XPac, who said, "That's enough for me." And in comes the Game. Longtime friend to put down his good friend Kevin Nash, which we all know how well and how trusted Triple H is with his friends in the ring. As Kevin Nash now helps up his good friend Triple H. Oh, wait a minute. Are we going to see the outsider's edge? Nope. It's going to be a jackhammer. The jackknife powerbomb. Good thing XPac somehow came back into the ring, half dead. And Nash sends Triple H to the corner, and then H's going to fire out of the corner, clothesline down. The numbers game, I think, is just too much. You have an entire team, an army, if you would, and now Kevin Nash, picks up the Game and tosses him like a rag doll, but takes his eyes off the prize. And now a bulldog. And now a straight right hand to the Game is going to put down a lot of people. And the Game is spent, folks. Billy Gunn has yet to get in the ring. Nash has had quite a few problems. Oh, wait a minute. Are we going to see that patented jackknife powerbomb again? Of course. And the Game has been knocked out, folks, courtesy of it. And in comes XPac, who gets a backbreaker. So the Game is the first one eliminated of DX. And is Kevin Nash going to be the first person to go coast to coast as being the only lone survivor? Kick to the ribs by Kevin Nash to X-Pac. There's the X Factor. And X-Pac is the VIP of this match, folks, eliminating 3 of the NWO. Eliminating, of course, Hulk Hogan, Scott Hall, and Kevin Nash, the original outsider, the original NWO. Go figure. That was very, very impressive showing. Billy Gunn didn't have to do anything, just show up, I guess. Well, folks, you guys always wanted to see DX and NWO. Well, I just gave it to you. And there's your answer, I suppose. On this night, on this day, DX was better. And Triple H was the only one eliminated. So, XPac, Road Dogg, and Billy Gunn will be back for the main event, which will take place a little later on today, folks. For now, we're going to take a break, give you guys a little intermission, let you guys use your bathrooms or get your breakfast or have your coffee or whatever the case may be. We'll be back a little later on today, same channel. Until then, may all your dreams come true. Get ready, because we still have one main event left. Stick around and have a great day.